Hello, everybody. Welcome to the BlaqSkooz Fools show.
What up?
It's another great Sunday. Yo, we are representing black schools, black business, black entrepreneurs, everything black. We trying to work and do it, man.
Yes, sir.
Yo, we got a couple of good topics today. We talking about will you accept a white person to call you the N-word, or will you accept a black person to call you a sellout? So I'm gonna go around the table first, and everybody introduce themselves real quick. You know, I'm Coobie.
This is Bo.
This is Coach Dunn, Big Luck.
Or Coach Bo.
All right.
We missing one part of the day, Owen.
Big O.
Probably out putting out a fire, man.
That's true. That's true.
Yep. So
duty calls.
So how you feel about if a white person called you the N-word, or a black person called you a sellout?
Well, me personally, this Bo, I would prefer a black person to call me a sellout than a white man to call me the N-word on any day. N-word, even to this day, holds a stigma to it, even though we might use it as a brotherly or endearing term. But still, you know, that word has done a lot of harm to us coming from the other side. I think that cuts a whole lot deeper. And a lot of people, you know, they use the word sellout loosely. When they don't agree with you, they'll just call you a sellout. You know, you can be making the right stance and they'll just say you're a sellout, you know. So I think they use that word more loosely. So I would prefer, you know, a brother or, you know, somebody of African-American descent or something calling me a sellout. I would take that any day over a white person calling me the N-word.
Well, me personally, I think being called a sellout is more offensive because it's coming from your own, you know, whereas we already got embedded in us that, I'm gonna say a portion of the white race don't like us anyway. So we already got that embedded in us that they already look at us as, you know, the N-word. So it would cut harder to me to have my own kind call me a sellout. I was watching ESPN the other day, and Kendrick Perkins, a big guy, big black guy, you know, former NBA player, he cried on TV because he got called a sellout by Kevin Durant. You know, that's the type of stuff that, you know, as strong as you are and how much pride that, you know, black men have, it hurts your feelings. And I remember, like, as a kid, you know, our parents would tell us, you know, the old sticks and stones may break your bones, but names will never hurt you. That sellout, it hit him hard, you know. Maybe I don't think he would have cried. I don't think he would have cried if somebody would have called him the N-word. You know what I'm saying? But that sellout, yeah.
Maybe he felt guilty.
Maybe.
Yeah, well,
you know,
let me give this. So look, so selling out, pretty much, this is the definition of a sellout. Sellout is a common expression for the compromising of a person's integrity, morality, or principles in exchange for personal gain, such as money. Sellout also refers to someone who gives up or disregards someone or something for some other thing or person. Of course, you could say you sell out a stock or you sell out of tickets, or like a common, but, you know, a lot of times, to me, I don't know, I guess personally, I know I never compromise my people. I never feel that way. And if I did do it, I probably would be oblivious to it. So that's probably why the word wouldn't affect me. And again, people use that word loosely for anything. Like, so.
But see, that's the thing though, Bo, you using it how black people use it, but that's not, like, the definition of word doesn't even say anything about race. You know, we flipped it into making it about race when it really ain't. You know, based on the definition you just gave, it's about personal values, integrity, talent,
yes,
or the like for money or personal advancement. It ain't saying anything about race, but what we did as black people is turned it into a race thing. What do you think, Cool?
Well, I mean, me myself, I'd rather not call neither one of them. Just because, I'm being serious, because you're not going to call me the N-word, because I'm definitely not agreeing with that. And you're not going to call me a sellout because I take my family and move out the ghetto or out the hood into a better environment and a better education for my children or for for my life, and then you want to call me a sellout because I come back to the block in a Benz or whatever, and I'm doing well for myself and the family's doing well. You want to all of a sudden call me a sellout? I don't think that's correct either, because I'm everybody wants to move up. You have the same, all of us, all three of us have the same opportunity to do this, to do better for ourselves. The same opportunity. If you take it forward, then that's what you did. If I feel that I just want a penny pinch and nickel and dime it, then guess what? That's my choice. And you cannot be mad at a person that's going above and beyond to take care of their family. So I don't feel that I'm not taking either one of them.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, I think a lot of people don't really understand the definition, because a lot of times you're not compromising your integrity. People just, like, again, they use it as a term of probably jealousy more than anything. And I'm not saying that when Kevin Durant said that to Kendrick Perkins, I think Kevin Durant pretty much was telling Kendrick Perkins, like, bro, you breaking the locker room code. You was a baller before. You shouldn't never go against us. But I don't think he compromised anything, because to me, I don't think Kendrick Perkins, like, I think he enjoyed the job of being an analyst, but I don't see him trying to be like Brian Gumble. Like, he's not trying, I don't think he's trying to be a big thing. I think they're just all good at it because of their personalities and who they are. I wouldn't specifically say, yo, he's a sellout. The same as a lot of people would say Stephen A. Smith is a sellout. I think it's okay for everybody to be different and can have different views and take different stances. And I think from Kendrick Perkins' point of view, he probably was hurt because he was Kevin Durant's teammate. Like, yo, homeboy, you know me. You get what I'm saying? He has that strong point, and he has stuck up for people time and time again. So to me, I don't see him as a sellout. And I think people just use it like is an angry term. Like, that's the first thing that come to your mind. So that's the first thing you're gonna say, because like you said, look, you trying to cut deep, or he trying to mute Kendrick Perkins. You get what I mean? So that's my take on it.
I mean, because you also gotta think what makes a person a sellout in your own opinion. I think about people that's in the news, like a Kanye West, and people call him a sellout because he compromised his stance. Back in the days when he was saying George Bush don't like white people, and he stood firm to that. You know what I'm saying? Well, I'm excuse me, black people. And then he turned around and be buddy with a person that we know don't like black people.
As a history,
you know what I'm saying? And then, he makes a song called Gold Digger, and like, when you get on, you leave that for a white girl. He was pro-black. He made a song saying it was something wrong with that. Like, when you get rich, you leave your black woman for a white girl, then you turn around and marry a white girl. Yeah. I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with him marrying a white girl. It's just that you sacrificed everything you stood for, and you went the other way. You went against everything you preached. So when I think of sellout, I think of something like that, like not a race thing, but when you go against your own principles.
But in your heart, like, again, you will know in your heart when you really sell out or if you really compromise. You get what I'm saying? And I think, like, from a Kendrick Perkins standpoint, I think he took it as like, yo, you my brother. You know me. You get what I'm saying? It's kind of like when you see people go like, it might be brothers that have a feud, and they both might just start crying because their emotions wrapped up because they know each other so well. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like just watching some, like a movie or something, like a gangster movie, and somebody be like, yo, you got to go kill your brother. You know what I'm saying? They crying when they on their way over there in the car. You get what I mean? Because you attached emotionally to a person. I don't think, he was crying because he wasn't feeling like he was a sellout. You get what I'm saying? I don't think that's why he cried. It's like, yo, homeboy, you know me. Don't do that to me. If you
those are the people that do it to you the most. The ones that's the closest to you, though.
Yeah, but
they're the ones that come up with these words.
They try to cut you deep. That's the thing. They try to, because I think he wanted Kendrick Perkins to kind of fall back and let the issue play out. You get what I mean? Mm-hmm. I think, and I think they said, and I don't know if it's true, that I think they said Kyrie was his best friend. Might be. I don't know. That's what they were saying, though, that Kyrie is.
They said Kevin Durant, he likes to defend his teammates. So he did it with Russell Westbrook when everybody was getting on him, and now that Kendrick Perkins came for Kyrie, he thought he was, I guess, defending him. So I mean, it turned out the wrong way. But Kendrick Perkins was like, man, you've been in my house, you know my kids, you know my wife. You know, for you to put this on, on blast in the media and all that, like,
that's
come
the
on,
thing.
man.
That's what that, and again, that's what hurt. That's what hurt. That's what hurt. That's probably kind of like if me and you was working together, and you got a promotion, and say the CEO said, look, I need you to speak on behalf of us versus people who work for the company because now you're part of the board or something like that, and you say something I think that is the wrong thing to say. And I say, yo, look, you're a sellout. And you can be like, man, we just was kicking it. We just was cool. How I stand for you.
That's the thing. Saying it to my face and saying it in social media is two different things. And Kevin Durant has that platform where if Kevin Durant think it might be true.
Yeah. He can start
and
a
then he'll
narrative.
get a whole bunch of people. Yeah, he'll start a whole other narrative and have people following him, calling Kendrick Perkins a sellout just because Kevin Durant said it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you gotta be careful. Go ahead.
Why did he really call him a sellout? Because he was talking about Kyrie?
Yeah, because he voiced his displeasure for the way Kyrie handled coming back, not coming back. He said something like he didn't want that the NBA told him he couldn't sit on the bench. He was all for coming back if he could go to the bubble. But now that he can't go to the bubble, he talking about, let's not play the season.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think Perkins is a sellout for saying that because it's kind of true. If the NBA would have allowed him to go the first time around, he wouldn't say nothing. Kyrie wouldn't have nothing to say.
I don't know.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm kind of on the fence with that because the things didn't transpire that has transpired in the last few weeks. So, I think you could have a change of mind. Like I think George Floyd was after the fact of him trying to get into the bubble, if I'm not mistaken. So I think he changed his stance on the marching. Like once
but the decision of the NBA was after that situation. Do you see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
The choice of the NBA was made after that decision. So Kyrie already was advanced.
The bubble wasn't made after that decision. The choice of him to go to the bubble was made a week or so before George Floyd.
Right, but I said
it was confirmed the season coming back.
But I was talking about the NBA cleared, stating that whoever's not able to play is not allowed to go after the death. That's what I'm saying. So way before that, Kyrie was like, yeah, I'm going to support my team. I'm going to sit on the bench or sit whatever, boom.
Yeah.
NBA said no. Now Kyrie wants to come out after that and talk about how,
he don't think they should
I don't think we should play.
I don't, man. I honestly think he had a change of heart. And I know a lot of people don't like Kyrie. I would hope in my heart of all hearts that he's not that shallow. That is. I'm not going to even call the word of what it is.
But you got to think about it though. Like you get called that word because you don't agree with the masses. Like you're not a follower. That's a lot of sellouts are because they're not followers. They start their own trends. If you don't vote for that black congressman, you're a sellout. Like, what do you know about that black congressman? You just voting for him because he's black?
Yeah,
and if I don't vote for him, I'm a sellout?
That's what I mean. That's why I said a lot of people just use the word loosely. Because it's an easy target word that's meant to cut deep, meant to stop you in your track, meant to get you off your game. You get what I mean? That's why. That's why. And especially like not to really get off topic, like interracial dating. That's the first thing you probably hear somebody say, "Yo, homeboy selling out." Now,
it started with OJ.
I would have a problem, like you said, like the Kanye Wests of the. You talk about it and then you do it. Now, to me, that's a total. You get what I'm saying? Like that's a.
Well, I mean, if he's saying it in his rhymes, you already know half of the rappers is lying about everything. So.
Yeah, I mean, some of them don't write their rhymes, but I'm sure he wrote that.
Yeah, but I mean,
he came on TV talking about a president not liking black people. And then to go endorse one that shows he don't like black people. Like it's so blatant, wearing the MAGA hat and all of that. Like that's crazy.
Yeah.
You know, like, so I mean, some people sell their soul for money. That's, you know, making money is more important than pleasing people that look like you.
But that's
and you can't. Not
I done heard people call Michael Jordan a sellout.
Yeah,
because
true.
Again, you can't please all people, and people have this thing with, if you're not doing what they want you to do or what they think is right, like you can't have another opinion, or you're a sellout. You get what I mean? Like, oh, Jordan don't do this, or Jordan don't think about the 50 things he do, but it's not what you want him to do, so that makes him a sellout. You get what I mean? And that's how people, they take it personally. That's how people think.
And think about it right now with the Dallas Cowboys, their owner, Jerry Jones. People want him to say something so bad about what's going on right now. He's remaining silent. He's remaining silent because if he speaks on what's really going on, then his own race is going to call him a sellout.
Right.
Right.
Yep.
So he's staying quiet because, you know, him and Trump, they buddies. And if he say like what's really right, then he's going against the masses of his demographic.
The good old boys.
Yeah.
All right.
Good old boys.
Good conversation, man. We're going to take a break right here, and we'll be back right after this.